Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games and talk game design, and I almost forgot our opening slogan. But hey, today we're playing Firewatch.
By Campo Santo.
And we're playing this game because you guys voted for it, so thank you for voting for this.
Yeah.
I think this was in our Oxenfree playthrough, which we finally beat, so now we get to move on to the next best thing. So who knows if we're going to beat this one? I don't know how long this game is, but you'll have the chance to vote for it to keep us playing more.
Do it.
So neither of us have played this game. I know that it's a very strong narrative game.
Just the way I like them.
Just the way we like them, really. So I'm excited. I'm also a super fan of this art.
Super fan.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like that really pretty, it's not low poly, but it's got that kind of like high quality, low poly kind of feel to it.
Boulder, Colorado, 1975.
Okay. Were there any particular, like, huge fires that blew up in 1975?
I don't know much history.
You see, Julia. She's about... Oh, do you want to read it? You can read it.
She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. This is going to be a lot of reading. You are drunk.
Okay, so we get to choose. So what's your, major? Or you're pretty.
You.
Let's be a little bit more respectable here.
But you're also drunk.
It's true.
You slur the word major and it smells like Coors. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says, and I'm a professor.
Ooh, cool, you reply.
What's yours, she asks.
She sniffs the air.
Toxicology.
Was that a burn,
You ask? She says, definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger.
Hell yeah.
1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend.
So
a damn student and professor.
Oh, dang. So unprofessional. Ooh. Oh, okay. All right, so left click to use objects. We're using gamepad, so we're going to have to improvise. Pack back. All right, so...
Is that really what it says? Pack back?
No, that was me goofing up.
I was like, what?
So the equivalent is right trigger. Truck bed load gear. Okay, simple enough. Hope this is our truck.
I feel like I wouldn't put my backpack in the bottom of a truck bed. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good.
Life is good.
Not if you're drinking Coors. Julia wants to get a dog.
All right.
There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Bucket.
She names him Bucket, and you adopt Shepherd and name him
So is this going to be about her, or is it going to be about you?
Personally, I'm not a fan of beagles because I had one growing up and it was foul.
I know, you don't like that dog.
But I also don't want to be a douche and be like, we can only have cool dogs.
Compensating for your lack of manhood.
I know, right? That's basically what it comes down to.
I'm just kidding. German Shepherds are great.
So should we do German Shepherd?
Do what you want. You got the controller, so.
All right, we can get the beagle.
Bucket's a good dog. And a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too, Henry.
I'll grow attached.
1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. This is legit.
Kids, they're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you, and I have a couple of little idiots. Oh, that's what she said. Ooh, that would be pretty good. Or one day, White Rush.
I don't know, Henry.
That'd be pretty good. I mean, I'm partial to kids.
In that case, we should probably get married.
Yeah, I would like that, you say.
These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably from the best that their parents are hitched.
You say she's absolutely right. Yeah, probably.
Back in the truck.
I really like this narrative right now. Like, it's kind of like a prologue. But it's got nice pacing to it, and I like that we get a bit of, like, gameplay mixed into that. We're going to pause real quick, because I don't actually think we're getting audio through the capture. Okay, we're back. Sorry, everyone. There were a couple of configurations we had wrong in our audio. So now we can hear things. Isn't that lovely?
Yay.
Let's pick up this hat. Say,
fucking Bronco.
I can examine it. How do I examine it? No, I didn't want to drop it. Why are all these controls displayed in keyboard?
You can put it on.
Oh, there we go. Fucking Bronco. Put on. Hold E. I'm going to assume E is... There we go. E is B on the controller. This is a little confusing. Why support controller or gamepad if you're not going to, like, rebind or, like, change the tutorial UI? But, I mean, now we're wearing a sick hat, so...
I wonder how accurate the world or landscape is compared to actual Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, that's right. We are in Boulder. I imagine it's got to be somewhat accurate. Otherwise,
like, is this a real place you can go to right here?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, why choose a very specific location unless you're going to kind of mimic that environment? You know?
Is this an actual trail?
I imagine.
Oh, I guess it's not voiced over. Cool. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets.
I get mad or ignore her. I'm going to ignore her.
You would. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work.
You'll get over it, dude. It'll be fine.
Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you.
Pose all flex He-Man, or like He-Man. Frolic like a Victoria's Secret medal.
Ooh, yeah, second one. The ladder.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
They have fun. So you think these are memories and you're like hiking and having these memories?
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's totally what it must be, because why else would... Because these moments don't seem to have any connection to the story.
No, and they're actually sequential. Well, I mean, the story's sequential too, but there's big leaps in time.
Mm-hmm. So I imagine, yeah, this what we're witnessing right now is present time, and we're thinking about memories.
I mean, that doesn't bode well for them.
No, I agree.
If you're hiking and brooding, it's not a good thing.
I don't know. I mean, hiking is a great time to just let your mind wander. It doesn't have to be bad.
During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. Aw, Bucket.
Bucket.
There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife.
Lovely. Oh, is she gonna die?
Bucket gets kicked.
Fuck, did it dog? Oh, that's Julia.
Julia yells. She is flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker.
I'm gonna scare him away. I'd rather us live than get true vengeance.
You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all three of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say, okay, you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. I mean, if you're gonna get mugged, plans to have kids get waylaid by work.
Oh, that's sad.
BBs.
Babies.
Julia gets offered a job at Yale.
Whoa.
Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not.
Oof. Oh, no.
Neither of these options is good, guys.
This is not a fair compromise. But I mean, the story must go on.
You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester.
Jeez.
I mean, I've definitely heard of professors that had that relationship.
Yeah, that's gotta suck, but sometimes that's what you gotta do, especially if, like...
We don't know what Henry does for a living.
Yeah, we don't know.
So we don't know if he can move and just being a jackass,
Right.
or if he can't move.
Hopefully it's like his work is super important. I mean, presumably he's like the park ranger or whatever.
You
it
can
would
do
be.
that in Connecticut, though.
Yeah, probably.
Julia sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior.
That doesn't bode well.
Nope. She was found crying in the stairwell. Okay, maybe some mental health issues?
That's kind of what I'm think they're leading up to. Say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it, or you make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it.
If this was a romantic comedy, it would be make macaroni and drink wine. If this is real people trying to make smart decisions for their life, it's going to see a therapist.
Let's be responsible.
Yay! After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia.
Oh no!
She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret. I told you hiking and reminiscing is bad.
That's so bad though. Early onset dementia progresses so much faster. That's why I'm trying to sleep more.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Oh, this is sad. Oh, I'm stuck. I must be in a sleeping bag or something.
Camp set up.
All right, let's read this journal. I'm not gonna like what's in it.
He's got his wedding ring on.
Nice.
That's you posing Victoria's Secret.
Nice.
So pretty.
Dude, you got a sweet gut.
Bucket is getting older. No. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. It's a fucking sad game.
It's gonna be the last we see her.
Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave.
Oh.
Some days after you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse.
This is really sad.
This is so sad.
This is like heart-wrenching, like the beginning of Up kind of sad. Like,
yeah.
No!
You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months.
Decide to move her into a full-time care facility, or you were determined to take care of her by yourself. So then here's the question. Do I feel like I am capable of properly taking care of her, or is a full-time care facility more equipped, even if it's less, like, comforting? I think... Oh, God.
You're so pragmatic.
But, like... I'm thinking of it like if we're in our, like, mid-40s and you had early onset dementia, it's like, what would I do?
Keep me at home or I'll freak out.
Done. Because of this moment, I'll remember that.
I'll wake up in a hospital and be like, why am I here? Who are these people? I want to go home, and I'll cry.
No, that's totally fair. God, that's so scary.
Well, we're at time, and we can go back to being sad in the next episode.
Well, I don't know. Should we keep going a little bit longer? I feel like...
I mean...
I don't know how long this tutorial might be. Well, prologue might be.
Well, we can make it an extra long one if you want.
Let's give it at least 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
I hope our camera will last that long, but...
We'll see.
We will indeed see. That won't be a permanent problem, by the way, guys. Any of you guys that have been watching the show for a while know that our camera has been acting up.
Oh.
Ooh. But we bought a new camera.
God, the beginning of this game is so sad. I feel like I could cry.
Incredibly sad.
It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. Yeah, that sucks. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter. Drinking then, too. Well, obviously. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone.
I feel like you just have to trust at that point. I feel like locking her in is no better. It's like worse than putting her in a full
Now I'm regretting this decision of like the 24-hour carriage. Now she's going to kill herself or burn your house down and you're going to turn into an alcoholic.
I'm just going to trust her. I'm going to trust her. She might have dementia, but she still is a human being.
You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off.
Yeah, you got to talk to someone, dude.
You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights.
Oh.
One night, you are stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. They tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job.
So we're not working.
You take it.
Is that how we end up being a park ranger?
It must be.
Enter the lookout tower. Okay, well this seems like an appropriate point to end the episode. I think that's the prologue. I mean, this very much feels like chapter 1 right now.
What a depressing fucking prologue.
No joke. It's interesting too because I feel like most games don't generally like to start off sad and be like, you're gonna be miserable.
Well, and
Have fun.
Here's the thing too. Even if we had put her in the care facility, something would have been bad enough for you to get this job because this is the game.
Yeah, oh absolutely. Our fate was sealed the moment that we started dating Julia.
Illusion of choice.
Yup. Yeah, actually, well, that's a good question, too, because I wonder if our choices in that prologue actually matter. Or if it's
because
just like,
you're going to end up here no matter what.
We're going to end up here no matter what, and who knows if it's actually going to affect any of the options that we get during the game. But I think the point of that was to give the player, what's the word? Agency. To give the player some agency, even if it doesn't mean anything, so that they grow an attachment to Julia in that story. Does that make sense?
And to Henry, because you're like, poor fucking dude.
Yeah, that too. It allows us to.
Too.
It allows you to empathize with both of those characters, really. So even if it is just the illusion of choice, I still think it's a good use of storytelling and writing because it grows an emotional attachment. So I guess that's our question of the day. Since this is the end of the episode.
Talk about it. Question mark?
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that prologue? And do you think that my theory about it being just to build an emotional attachment is true? And how were they successful in doing that? Is that
what made it an up moment? Other than the fucking obvious circumstance.
Yeah. Up as in the film Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. And be sure to keep watching the rest of our playthrough of Firewatch. And if you want to see more, since we don't know if we're going to finish it in this session, so if you want to see more, be sure to vote for it in the voting section right now. And we will see those clicks.
And if you're really sad,
love them.
Know that Bucket is still alive.
Is he alive?
Yeah, they just said he's old.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess he didn't die.
Bucket lives!
Bucket lives!
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.